Joker. Okay, every morning while you go to Starbucks to get coffee,
News Radio
I be at the
816 is
bank
fine.
like get
This
the
Nick
cash
Peek out in the
out.
house.
My
You're on
car's
Paul
so
Jesse
new,
Radio.
but my
News
money's so
Radio.
old.
YouTube.
My grill iced out, so my barbecue's cold.
Are going to talk about
blast
Paul
off you
tonight. This is what we're going to talk about.
No, I really don't want to talk about me. We should probably think of something better to talk about.
Okay, well, let's talk about me then.
Oh, we could talk about you, or we could talk about something that's going on in the world today.
Alright,
News
what's going on?
Radio 816. I don't know. What did you hear? What did you hear on the news today? Is the question.
I heard that I'm too sexy for my shirt.
And I sometimes feel like I'm the same way, but usually I'm not too sexy for my shirt.
I'm not necessarily saying it on the news, but that's just in as of right now.
Justition? I don't know what that is.
It's just in as of right now.
Oh, you justified it.
No, well, it's fresh news.
Oh, just for friends?
Too sexy for my shirt.
Right. So am I.
Sometimes.
But is a shirt like the same thing as a wife beater, or like can you cross mix the two and call that a shirt as well?
I am the cat whisperer. Let's talk about that, okay?
You're a cat whisperer for the fact that there's a cat on your lap that happens to be mine that I paid $75 at a humane shelter to get her for. That's what you're saying?
Sometimes. But what I'm trying to get through to you is I'm the cat whisperer. See?
But you're not Mexican.
I'm not Mexican. Do Mexicans have to be Mexican all the way blood, or is it like, are they like Hispanic?
Well,
Are Mexicans more dominant to being cat whisperers than white people? That's a topic we could talk about.
I mean, we could talk about that, but there really isn't any statistics to
Who's
follow that.
better animal owners, Mexicans or white people? Caucasians.
That's a hard question. I mean, I don't think there's anyone
I
that
bet
does
you there's
study
a lot
groups
more.
on
I
that.
bet you there's a lot more. This is a stereotype. But I bet you there's a lot more Mexicans that have pit bulls that are fighters than there are white people.
Why is that?
It's because white people don't want to fight pit bulls as much as any other minority does.
Well, yeah, because you have that one woman who walks outside and her neighbor has a pit bull, and she just gets scared by it for no reason, just by the way it looks.
Yeah, well, that's like an overly paid white woman doesn't work, and her husband makes a lot of money. And that doesn't really fall into our category of what we're talking about.
It's very true. So what we're saying is that there are a certain type of women that, one, are down to earth, and two, that are just really don't know what's going on in real life.
Well, if you're a housewife, you're never going to learn that there's the real world outside of it because you never had experienced it because you did nothing but raise children and keep the house clean.
Well, and you see more today in America that, you know, both spouses are working, so you see less and less of that as it goes.
It goes through capitalism and entrepreneurship. And
In America,
if
yeah.
you can make it, then you can. But if not, then nigga, you broke.
Exactly, or you're middle class. You know what I'm saying?
Middle class doesn't exist anymore since the Obamacare started.
Nah, middle class is still there.
That's the Obamacare started. It's deleting it.
And turning it into what?
Fucking rinsing the pauper, bro. It's fucking the higher. Like a lot of people have money, and then like people that did have a little bit of money don't have it anymore.
So there'll be a poor and a rich. Eventually, what it's going to come down to.
Exactly. The middle class is going to be deleted.
How long do you give it?
100 years, 150 years.
150 years? So we won't be alive to see it.
Probably not, but it's degenerating still. Has
Yeah.
been since like the early 90s.
So our kids' will be involved in...
Grandkids will probably get fucked by it.
Right, into socialism, basically. Nonetheless.
Well, you look at it like, I can't afford healthcare, but no offense, because if it's a good choice, then that's fine. But if a woman that's never worked in her life and has like 4 kids and does nothing but sit on her ass, that is not deserving for medical care. And then I have to pay for my taxes, and on top of it, have to pay to have minimal health coverage that I probably don't need, like, because I haven't been in the hospital in 8 months. You know what I mean? Like, there's no reason.
Right. Well, I mean, exactly. Like, you know, you get their lowest, you know, they're catastrophic. And I looked it up online and went to Obamacare.
It's
And,
like a $5,500 deductible, bro.
but yeah, it's that, and they only cover, you know, 70 or it's like 65% or 75% of your hospital bills.
Yeah, unless you like upgrade to a fucking higher class.
Yeah, like silver, gold, or platinum.
Right.
Like, I mean, obviously, like, people like you, and like you said, he's trying to eliminate the middle class and put it into a poor
It's
class.
$200 over your taxes. I had $2,500 worth of taxes last
Or
year.
you can
making
pay-
close to like $25,000. So
Right.
I'm gonna get $200 hit on my taxes because I don't have health care that I'm not using.
Right.
Doesn't make any sense.
You're gonna go-
It's
yeah.
a fucking constitutional right to be able to do whatever I want.
Well, you
You know
have
what
to
I mean?
think
Like,
about
you
it.
can't tax me on and penalize me for not having something if I'm not using it.
Right.
mean, that's fine.
But it's, I mean, think about it like this, and this is just a question I have to ask you. I'm not agreeing with you or disagreeing with you in the fact that how we're forced to have car insurance. I mean,
I believe that because car insurance is tied into health insurance. If you think about it, damage-wise.
Right.
Because it is.
It is,
and that's
yeah.
what you pay for. That's
Exactly.
your premium.
But you get that one low rate based upon the fact that you've had no tickets.
You're a driver.
Exactly.
I had a DUI, had 2 points on the record, didn't drive because I didn't have a license, it was suspended. Once it dropped to 0, I haven't had an accident, I haven't had any tickets, I just don't fuck around with that shit.
Exactly.
But the way I look at it though, he's gonna make me have insurance that's gonna cost me a certain amount of money the entire time, right?
Right.
When I go into the emergency room to get anything done, if anything happened, or knock on wood, that it doesn't, but if anything towards you happened, I would have to pay a $5,500 deductible. I work full time as a server and I make $35,000 a year.
But you can make payments. That's this thing.
But that's stupid. I would have to pay payments on $5,500. I owe $18,000 on my car.
Yeah.
So I'm just all of a sudden I'm $23,000 in debt because I stepped into the fucking emergency room and I needed to actually get help. It's retarded. It's not.
I mean, yeah.
I mean, it's not. It's taking away a constitutional right of freedom to choose what you choose to do. Like back in the day when everybody didn't have health coverage, they went there.
Well,
They would still get a bill for it.
But back
if
in
they
the
were credible people.
But back in the day, they didn't have cell phones. They didn't have all these things that we have that they, in time, would have loved to have, and we take that for granted. And anyone will tell you that. Within technology comes a price to pay. I mean, society-wise, I feel like
I mean, America's making money. They might be in debt, but
they're in debt.
there's a lot of people that make money there legally and spend it.
Yeah.
Like a lot. Like you go to the fucking coast, north, east, southwest, all of them. Just you go to all those coasts, dude, and dudes have hella money. Like built their own fucking company. Fucking drive $250,000 cars. Don't even shit on it. Like tow it. Don't give a fuck. Take a taxi that's $200 home. Have a fucking limo. You know, it's a blow of money. They don't give a fuck, dude. Money's going back into the all it is circulation, man.
You saw the Wolf of Wall Street.
It's all
We all have.
circulation, man.
Everyone in
It's all
America, I feel like, has seen Wolf of Wall Street.
It's all circulation.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
Getting that paper, putting that paper in your pocket, and enjoying the one life that you live.
I shouldn't have to be fucking forced to have healthcare if I don't use it.
Right, I agree with that, and not only, like you said, you'll take a $200 hit this year. Next year it's going to go up. The year after that it's going to go up. The year after that it's going to go up.
I'll have like a non-existent tax return.
No, when you think about it in my way, I work out in Kansas, so this year I owed federal $200 and I owed state $600. So instantly right there it's $800. Now I'm going to get $200 on top of that, and then if I don't have healthcare next year, it's going to go up to like $300-400. Is it really helping? Is the question. Especially within those 2 years, if I don't ever once go see the doctor and I'm perfectly healthy, I know that I'm healthy.
Right.
Why do I need to go see a doctor? I'm treating myself the right way. I'm not going to get injured, but I'm forced to have health care. They are choosing for you to say, you have to have this. When is that okay? For someone to put on a piece of paper that you have to have health care.
I just don't think it's constitutional, built on what we built from the beginning of saying what I have to not do. I'm literally using a lot of the amendments, just by saying the fact that I choose to not have it, and if I need to, and I get a negative job, and I have to pay into it to get it, fine. If I have dependents, children, then yes, I will do that.
Right.
And I'll pay the money out of my pocket because that'd be a different situation. But as a single 27-year-old man, I don't have to worry about it if I don't need it. It's pretty shitty because one day you're trying to get me on a spot, trying to pay off my car.
It doesn't matter what
You know
you're
what I mean?
doing.
It doesn't matter.
There doesn't have to be any of those circumstances. The fact of the matter is it is being forced upon you, and he used executive order to pass this law or whatever that he did. I may even be wrong in that, but he basically put his big foot down and said this is getting shoved inside your throats. And this was years ago, and Americans have not done shit about it.
There's no reason. There's no way we can with Congress. They vote it because they're.
It doesn't matter. We as Americans, we are the people. Stand up, show something. No, everyone's locked inside their cell phones, locked inside social media. locked within their own worlds to where you can't. It's hard to get people to realize what's really going on.
The people that are appointed power don't really give a shit about the lower class because they make
That's what I'm saying.
$150,000 a year and then a position of power to dictate all else be outside of that room of voting at that point.
Yeah.
At that point, you can dictate anything that happens in the nation based on the people that are appointed supposedly to a lifelong chair.
It's nuts. It's crazy how it works. One way or another, like you said, and like I'll agree with, is that I don't feel like I should be forced to have health insurance and then get penalized for it if I don't have it, which makes absolutely no sense. Because you know what, Barack Obama? I'll say this straight to you on air on News Radio 816. I'm healthy. I'm fine. I don't need to pay you $75 a month when I'm already paying state taxes, local taxes, and still Medicare, Medicaid, which with what you like to have.
Federal taxes,
all of that within one. I'm still paying all those things, so now you're adding something else. He tried to say, whenever he passed this bill, that is as affordable as making a cell phone payment. Well, you know what? Thank you, Barack Obama. You added another cell phone payment to my everyday life. And I do not like that whatsoever.
It's like you're paying for 2 cell phones, but you're only using one.
Exactly. So my cell phone's going to be fine. I have insurance on it for $7 a month. I don't need insurance on myself right now for $75 to $80 a month. I'm sorry, I'm not about that.
I would do it for like $15 a month, but not another cell phone payment.
Right. I mean, I get dental for $30 a month right now. That's 2 free checkups a year. Like
if anything, if you're gonna control it like they should, you might as well just fucking like do a monopoly and fucking just be like, hey, you can get dental coverage and fucking health coverage at the same time for a small premium in America.
Yeah. Hey, this is Park Place and Boulevard. You know, what's up?
We're
Park Place and Boardwalk all day in this motherfucker.
We're not saying that you don't have a choice, but you really need to get on shit because if you don't, we're still gonna do it.
Right.
That's how this shit works these
Yeah.
days.
I mean, I'll pay the taxes. You know, I'll pay the fee. You know, and I saw that interesting Facebook post that you put up, you know, a couple of weeks ago of saying how in 2017, within the Obama Healthcare Act that he had implemented into law, it says somewhere in one of the articles, somewhere in that 13,000-page book, that they eventually plan to put chips into humans on a mass level.
They're gonna try to do it, but there would be no way for that to happen because people would
Revolt.
It would be like another civil war.
But what I'm saying is, you posted
Like,
within the book that's what their plan is.
The military would kill a lot of people if that happened to pass, and it would be like fucking Judgment Day on Terminator, man.
Yeah,
Not
but
like with machines and shit, but like I'm talking about like the fucking military and all that shit would fucking shit on people, man. Like,
they think that, but at the same time, especially within the Midwest, a lot of people have guns. You don't have enough military for you to rural people, urban people, city people.
I mean, you
try to
fucking go up to somewhere in the motherfucking bumfuck Missouri and just have dudes gonna have fucking 50 rocket launchers.
I'm saying even if someone tried to take over,
like, that's not gonna happen.
it would have to be an alien scenario where someone took over a city. If someone tried to come into a city and take complete control over it, yes, it might seem that way at first, but eventually you will have people that will revolt.
Obviously, it'd be like a world war.
That would be nuts.
It would be crazy.
It would be nuts.
But at that point, man, the people would revolt, but the military that we built to fight other countries would destroy the people that were trying to...
They're not going to nuke us. They would never nuke us.
They'd never nuke the USA would not nuke the USA.
That's what I'm saying.
You're right, they would. It'd be like the Cold War, it'd be like the Cold War, but like inside the USA.
They would lose. They would lose. Government thinks they're big and almighty and powerful.
But you think the people that would fucking just like send some fucking shit with the money into the fucking White House and like we're
doesn't
gonna
matter.
We're gonna blow it up.
At that point, money wouldn't mean a thing. You have 400 million Americans that live here. Well, 370, but 30 million are illegal aliens. We would fight some motherfucking bitches.
Right.
The military's at 400,000. Put that against 13 million people minus however many kids there are. We would still fuck their shit up.